So as we were seeing about immunity and types of immunity, so I'm just going to continue the same. So immunity can be divided into two broad types. One is innate immunity. Okay, innate immunity means by birth. Okay, the other one is acquired immunity. So acquired means you will gradually acquire it. It is not there by birth, but you will gradually acquire it. Okay, so if you see innate immunity, it is common. It is not specific. Innate immunity is not specific. It is very common. Okay, so you cannot say for bacterium, okay, this will do. For no, nothing like that. It is very common. Whereas acquired immunity is specific. So acquired immunity is specific, so it will deal only with that particular antigen, something like that. Okay. So if you see the immunity, I have some barriers to bring in this immunity. The first one is your physical barrier. Next is your physiological barrier. Okay. Then your cellular barriers. And the last one is cytokine barriers. I repeat, physical, physiological, cellular, and cytokine barriers. If you see the physical barriers, it is your skin, then your epithelium, lining your alimentary canal. All these are coming under your physical barriers. Okay. Physiological, it accounts for all the secretions like your HCl, okay, tears, then saliva. All these are physiological barriers. Cellular barriers. If you consider cellular barriers, they are nothing but your cells which act on different mechanism like your macrophages, okay, monocytes. All these cells are cellular barriers. Okay, they being a cell, they undergo the defense mechanism. And the last one is cytokine barriers. This includes your interferons, which is nothing but your antiviral proteins. Okay, so these are all the you know these are all the barriers which are accounting for your innate immunity. Okay, so now coming for acquired immunity. As I told you, I'm just going to continue acquired immunity here. Okay, so if you see acquired immunity, okay, I can divide acquired immunity into two broad types. Okay, one is direct. Direct in the sense there is no, you will get it directly. Okay, and next is indirect. So what is this direct and indirect? What do they mean? Okay, this direct and indirect means the way they induce or trigger your immune system. If they directly trigger your immune system, it is coming under direct. If they indirectly trigger or impact your immune system, it will come under indirect. Okay. So this direct has two types, active and passive. Okay. And indirect again has two types, that is nothing but active and passive. Okay. So now, before going in detail about all these, let me first define what is an active immunity and what is a passive immunity. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So what is a direct immunity? Okay. So direct immunity, I mean, what is an active immunity is that here the immune system is, uh, okay, the immune system is triggered by giving in antigens. Okay. So what is an active immunity? It means triggering immune system by antigens. Okay, so if you trigger your immune system by giving some antigens, it is nothing but your active immunity. Okay, whereas passive means I'll just write as a difference, followed by which we can go here. Okay, so active and passive immunity. Active is triggered by antigens. Okay, so triggered by antigens. Okay, so see, actually speaking, this direct means active. Okay, active is nothing but direct. See, I can divide this into many types. Okay, so here direct and indirect means direct is active, passive is indirect. So apart from this, how I can divide is natural and artificial. Sorry, I got confused and I wrote it other way. Okay, direct and active are same, indirect and passive are same. Okay, so I can divide the acquired immunity into natural and artificial. In natural, see, innate is natural, but it is by birth. Okay, so you can get something natural as we grow. You can also acquire natural immunity, but innate is something by birth. So you should not confuse innate and natural. Okay, so natural as active passive, artificial is active passive. So as I told you, active immunity is triggered by antigens. Okay, here it is triggered by, it's not triggered, it's supported by antibodies. It is supported by antibodies. Okay, so you might ask me, ma'am, antibodies, okay. So why are we giving antigens? They might cause disease, right? So if antigen is getting inside the body, it will cause disease. So why will you give antigens and trigger? So here I'm not giving a live antigen, I'm giving the killed antigens or the weakened antigens. Okay. So only the normal antigen which is active will cause disease, but killed or weakened antigen will not cause disease, but in fact it will trigger only immune system. Okay, so I'll just list out the points and explain in detail. Okay, so next, active immunity. See, if you see active immunity, it is actually, okay, passive immunity is very fast. Okay, whereas active immunity is comparatively slow. Okay, why? See, you are giving an instant relief here, so it acts very fast. But here, after seeing the antigen, my body should produce antibodies. Then only I'll come this. I can catch up this active immunity. So comparatively, this is slow, but this is fast. Okay. Okay. Next important thing is active immunity has some important feature called as cellular memory. Cellular memory is retained. That is, if the same antigen comes again, my cells will remember. Okay, but here there is no cellular memory. Okay, so okay, these are all the points. So let me explain with a small example. Okay, first, see, active and passive immunity. Just imagine you're all there in a classroom. Okay, so you are the immune cells of the body. Okay, fine. There is some foreign particle or somebody who's antisocial and is entering your class. Okay, so first time what you do, you don't know that that person is so very dangerous, so you let him in. Okay, slowly he'll come and infect you all and you'll fight. Okay, so that antisocial person is nothing but your antigen. Okay, so how will you fight? You will use some weapons, correct? So if he has got a gun, you will also have some gun and fight with him, correct? So fine, that antigen is your active immunity. So I will stimulate you all by sending the antigen. Okay, but see, if the person is antisocial, then the problem is there. You'll get the disease. Okay, but what I will do in this is I will just create a dummy pic of that person and I'll send, or else I'll just send the dead person. Okay, so seeing that you all will react, correct? So you all will react and you'll be prepared. Okay, so though some other person enters, you'll be prepared to shoot him off. Okay, so that kind of mechanism is happening in active immunity. I repeat, it's more like a person attacking your class, so you'll remember the person and you'll fight with them with the guns. So that guns are nothing but the antibodies produced by you, that is nothing but the immune cells. Okay, so in active immunity, I will just send the dead person inside the class. So you will not know the person is dead, but you will start preparing yourself. So that is why you will prepare your body. So though somebody enters, so though some infections happen, you can prevent yourself from attack. Okay, so that is what is happening in active immunity. In passive, how will I support you is that I will not send any dead person or anything. I will give you more guns, okay, so that you can fight. Okay, so if you want to kill bacteria, I'll give you bacterial antibodies. So whatever is your problem, accordingly I'll give you the gun so that you can fight against it. Okay, so that is passive. So as I told you, in active you have to realize, oh, this is the person. Okay, I have to make myself guns ready, and then you have to shoot. So it takes time. Whereas here I'm giving you guns directly, so you just shoot it off. So this is faster. But in active immunity, you being the cells, that is the immune cells, will remember the antigen. They've seen the antigen. So next time they'll have the memory. But here they have not seen the antigen at all. Okay. So what happens? There is no memory. So antibodies will just, in passive immunity, it will just help, but there's no memory here. Here you have a memory. Okay. So these are all the differences between active and passive immunity. Now, what are we going to see is natural active immunity. Okay. What could be the example for? I'll just write in a short form. Natural active immunity. So in natural active immunity, the best example is, they'll say if the person is infected by chicken pox, he'll not get the disease again. Why? Because the cellular memory is retained. So any disease which you naturally encounter, okay, they will trigger your immune system, and that will leave some cellular memory. So any disease, example, chicken pox. Okay, so why they'll not get chicken pox again? Because my cells are reminding the antigens and they'll fight effectively. Okay. Next is natural passive. So you have to know active immunity, antigens are involved. Passive immunity, antibodies are involved. Okay. So this is a key point over here. Okay. Next, natural passive. So naturally, where will we get the where will we get the antibodies? So for natural passive, the example is that mother's milk. So mother's milk is rich in immunoglobulin called as IgA. Okay. And there's also one more example. There is an immunoglobulin called IgG which can cross the placenta and reach the mother. Okay. There are two antibodies, example for natural passive. One is IgA and the other one is IgG. IgA is present in breast milk and IgG can cross that is the only antibody which can cross the placenta and reach the baby, reach the fetus from the mother. Okay. Next, artificial. Artificial itself means we are giving it. These are naturally happening, but this we are giving it. Artificial active immunity. Okay. I'm sure you all must have heard of artificial active immunity. Vaccines. Vaccination. Okay. So, what are we? Vaccination is not natural. Obviously, we will go and do it, right? So, it's not happening naturally. What are we giving in vaccines is nothing but a killed or a weakened anti-pathogen. Okay, if you're taking a vaccination for hepatitis, what will be there? It is just nothing but killed or weakened antigens of hepatitis virus. Okay, so that is why I told you while discovering these vaccines and all, they'll test on the animals to make sure it is not retaining the virulence. Okay, so vaccination is the best example. Next, artificial passive. Best example is that your antidote for snake's bite. Okay, then your MABs, that is nothing but monoclonal antibodies. Antidote for snake's bite. So they'll have for particular venom that particular antidote. This antidote is nothing but the antibodies. Okay, so that is why they say when there is a snake bite, they have to immediately rush to the hospital within this time, and they have to get things fixed. Okay, so antidote for the snake venom is actually an artificial passive immunity, and monoclonal antibodies. So what is this is that, okay, they'll take your cells. Okay, for example, the person A has got cancer, okay, or any other disorder. So I'll collect the cells. Okay, I will make the cells get infected by the cancer virus. So what happens in response to this virus, my cells will produce some antibodies, correct? So that I'll collect and give it back to the person as a medication. So that's called as monoclonal antibodies. Why do I call it monoclonal? I will clone cells from one cell. Okay, I'll make millions of cells. And from these millions of, that is nothing but his own cell. Okay, I'll get one cell from him, I'll make it millions, I'll make the infection, and I'll make these million cells produce the antibodies. So that is why it's called as monoclonal antibodies. So this is all about the type of immunity.